Okay guys, so we're still on the account creation, and this time I want to look at HelloTXT. Now we will go into Fiverr and have a search for them in a second, and you can see from last night what I ordered. I've already got only wire back. I haven't checked it yet, but I will check that on this video or the next one and tell you what to look out for. So anyway, HelloTXT, and what we want to know is maybe if we can go into the settings and we can go into the dashboard, and we'll have a look at some of the tools here so that you understand exactly what HelloTXT does and what it's good for you. Now what we can do here, we can do things like RSS feeds, and we can enable the application here, and that will basically take I will auto update from your blog's RSS feed and send it out to the social networks. And there's also got a WordPress plugin here which is really useful. So if we've got a lot of accounts in our settings, in our networks as they call it, if we get into manage networks in a second, we'll do that. You'll see the bunch of networks that we can add. Now a lot of these haven't been added yet. I just posted on this yesterday. I didn't realize that a lot of these were not added, so this is one of the things we need to look out for when we are ordering from Fiverr.com. and we can also add an RSS feed here as well. But the value of HelloTXT is pretty good, because if we can get two accounts, for example, and put one as a plugin, and secondly if we can put just keep one that we can do these kind of things with, where we can just come and do it like a microblog, then it's going to give us instant backlinks very quickly. Now if I come back over here again, so we could have the RSS feed and we could have the WordPress plugin, so you could actually have them both working automatically from two different accounts, and that would be getting you a whole ton of backlinks without even having to come in and do some microblogging yourself. So that's very good. And also if you look down here, we can go and get something connected with PixelPipe as well. So this makes, you can see how this starts to pull together now, and why, you know, how we can get enormous value out of this. So if we enable that application, that's enabled already because I'm already logged into PixelPipe, and there's my user key, and I can just copy that user key into the application, which we will do in another video because I haven't done that one before myself, so I don't want to pretend that I know how to do it, but we'll figure it out, and we will put that user key in there, so that will give us some other kind of links and power as well. So HelloTXT is very good for that kind of thing, and we can do so much with it because we can integrate it with other things such as RSS, WordPress plugins, and also PixelPipe. Right, so now if we come over here again, and we'll do a search for HelloTXT. So this guy will do all networks and things like that. That's good. Again, I just want to stick to the top rated sellers because it's too important. When I get results like that back, when I have a look inside and I see there's only one account set up, then it's kind of disappointing. And that's what happens when you don't check things, and I was in product creation mode at the time, so I gave them the benefit of the doubt without even checking. So let's just go and take a look in some of these best sellers. Now, I'm not going to go through this whole process again like we did with the ping.fm. I did that video was quite long the first time because that was the first one that we were doing. Now you know pretty much what we're looking for, but you might get some ideas of what else is available here, and I can give you some pointers as I'm seeing things, and as I'm doing a commentary, then you will get bits of information from my experience that you know, otherwise I might not have thought about telling you. So this one will do 30 accounts for us. If you order 5, you'll get 2 free. That's not so bad. He's a top rated seller. This one has got 50 networks listed, only 35 working right now. That one would get my vote right now. This one will only do 25. He's not a top rated seller, he's not good to us. And this guy, top rated seller, all working networks, pics, profiles, URLs, RSS feeds, things like that. That's the guy for me. That's the one that I would use. So I'm going to take this guy. These two look good as well. They look okay, but this guy will do a little bit more. I prefer him, just for the fact that he's mentioning things like the RSS feeds and URLs and stuff like that. He's putting it all together for me. I don't need to figure out anything myself, and I like to be able to do that. And then you can go and order more than one as well with this guy, and it's all done for you. And he's saying it will be done in 24 hours. That's really, really good. I mean, what more do we want now? So if I come back over here again and I just go into my buyer, if I go into the shopping. Now when you're in the shopping area, Fiverr, what you need to realize is that here you've got active, here you've got pending review, here you have completed. That's the ones that you've already reviewed, and here's the ones that's been cancelled. And how it gets cancelled, for example, is like this one, 25 edit backlinks every week for 1 month. You know, I can understand that she's late because it's supposed to be over 1 month, but I've sent her 3 messages already, and I've said to her, you know, I've asked her for an update, is things okay, so that I could maybe just close the order and trust her to keep doing it, but she doesn't reply to me. And what I can do at this point is I can cancel, and I get that $5 credited back into my account to use in a different gig. And the other one's still waiting for some stuff to get done, but we've got OnlyWire already completed, which I haven't yet checked. So HelloTXT is 1, 2, 3 that I would recommend here. I'll put these into the notepad file or underneath the video, and in the next video we will cover doing some directory listings, and these are really important for building our foundation as well. Now that will give us enough gigs this week. You don't need to go and buy 4 Ping FM accounts and 4 HelloTXT accounts. You really don't need to do that. Okay, you can start off with 1 and just start building it up, and it really depends on how competitive a niche that you're in. You don't need to be doing huge amounts of these social networks just for the sake of, you know, not getting accounts banned and stuff like that. Just use the accounts wisely. And if you can rotate accounts, if you've got 3 or 4 accounts, it's good to rotate so that you can break them up a little bit. And it's alright to use softwares. I'm not saying it's not alright to use softwares, but if you are using stuff that does social bookmarking, you know, quite cheap, then those are good as well. I just like to use these because it takes less than 60 seconds to do. I've got no setup to do. I don't need to wait for software updates and things flashing up on my screen when I'm trying to work. I just like to get it done like this, get it done properly, and keep moving forward as quickly as possible. It's just the way I like to work, but I want things to be done properly and correctly as well. So I like to use these, and if I'm using a combination of OnlyWire, if I'm using Ping.fm, HelloTXT, and PixelPipe and things like that, it makes my life easier. I can even jump about between one or the other for specific blog posts, and I can just mix it up a little bit. And that way, you know, if I've got a really competitive term, or I've got a really great blog post with good content that I really want to get out, then I will use all of them. I will definitely use all of them at one time. So you can mix it up. These are perfectly safe to use. You're not going to get any penalized. You're not going to get penalized in Google for these kind of things. But the things really to look out for, I've put in a little notepad file inside the first video. For Ping.fm, there's about 11 things to look out for in there. And one thing I would really emphasize from what I was looking at last night, and when I woke up this morning thinking about it, was if somebody's offering to create these accounts with different IP, that should be the one to go for every single time, even if it means you don't take the one that's offering 2 gigs for 1. Take the one that's offering the individual IP setup, because it will be much safer that way. Because once you've got those accounts into Ping.fm, it will help you a lot, and less chance of getting banned. And going back to the Fiverr SEO blueprint, now I did put in a plugin there called the CR Ping Optimizer, CR Ping Optimizer or something. It was a plugin for Ping.fm, and that plugin is actually available for download on Ping.fm, so they're kind of related to them somehow. But every time I put an API key in there this morning, I used 5 different accounts, I was told that it failed because the API key failed. So the value of using that WordPress plugin, I'm a little bit unsure right now. We will test it with another 1 or 2 accounts once I got them back from here, but that's what's been happening, and I'm wondering maybe I just put it on too many different blogs with the same API key, and we'll test it with just one blog, and it might well be that we need a separate ping.fm account for every single plugin on every single site. That would make sense. So I was going to put a ping.fm API key in there for everybody, but you know, it's kind of a silly thing to think about because it would get banned pretty quickly. So that's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. But we got Hootsuite to use, and we'll cover that in a couple of minutes as well. And we showed that on the WordPress SEO and the 9 things to do. And I'm going to redo those 9 things to do after every blog post, specifically for the Fiverr SEO Blueprint people, because I will get into more depth then. And that will be quite a lengthy video, because beyond those 9 things, or deeper into those 9 things, there's other things that we didn't talk about in the WordPress SEO that I was holding back for you guys because you're investing in a weekly membership. So I gave them enough information just to whet the appetite, to tell them what is possible. But we will go back, we will go deeper in strategies once we've got these accounts created, and that will be for next week's videos. Okay, so that's something to look forward to for next week, and we'll look at how we can use these different things and how we integrate them, and that should take things a little bit further. So anyway, that's it for this one, and the next one we're going to do is directories. We really need to get directories. It's one of the oldest things in SEO, but still works, still does quite well, and it's just building that foundation. Again, it's variety. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.